how to calculate the t-value. We will calculate. So why to calculate the t-value, I'm just going to explain that what is t-value or a t-test. So we have this file ready. So CAD software technical support response time. There are a lot of customers, so 44 customers are there, and this is the response time which is given in minutes. So once that we have this information ready, so first of all that we want to use the Microsoft Excel, the statistical tools, the data analysis, and here descriptive statistical option and tool that we will use. Click on OK, and in this like input range we will need to calculate. So first of all that we select this from here to here, the input range, then column wise no label is selected, output range that we have, for example that I want it here. So this is the output range. I click here, then click on the summary statistics, and confidence level of means is 95%, and output that one I want here. So now once everything is done, I click on OK. So when the information is available, you will be able to see it, see that means standard error, median mode, and standard deviations, and other information is already available on the basis of that the time that we have according to the customer is spent for serving their clients. Now this is the formula which is available. On the basis of the formula that we will be able to calculate the t-test. So how to calculate a t-test, that is also very important. So in this case, so how we will be able to make it. So we have this information available. Then for example in the past average response time has been at least 25 minutes. So hypothesized mean is 25. So once the hypothesized mean is available, that is 25, so x is the mean. So we have this x mean, so mean that will be 25 here in this case. So we have actually mean we have here is 21. So what we can do, we can write all these information here. The first one is df. So df is total number of n. So n here is count. So n is the 45, is number of respondent or customer minus 1. So this is the 43 is the df which is available. Mean that we have, the mean is already calculated. This is the mean. Hypothesized mean which is already available, this is 25. Next we have standard deviation. So standard deviation you can say which is available 19.49. this is the standard deviation, and n is the number of observant, is the total is the 44. So we have this information ready. Now once that we have this information ready and we want to calculate this on the basis of the data that we have, so let's see how to calculate. So in this case let's assume that we have 25 hypothesized mean, right? So this we consider at least 25 minutes will be given to each client during the call or during the technical support. So this is hypothetical assumptions, that is H0. Now we have this formula ready. So t-test that we want to calculate whether this is true or not. Then as per the formula that we have here, the x1 is here, that mean we have a 21. So I'm just going to write it, x is the 21. This is the 21.91. So this is the one, and then minus hypothesized mean, then divide by s here is 19.49. so here you can find that, so s is 19.49, which is known as the standard deviation. So this is the standard deviation that we have. So bracket open, then standard deviation, and after then we have divide by square root, sqrt. So square root of, so what is the square root? Square root of total n, bracket close and enter. One more bracket is required, right? So now next we have here minus 1.05. So what does minus 1.05 indicate? It indicates that the sample mean of 21.91, this one, is 1.05 standard error below the hypothesized means of 25 minutes, right? So this is the value that we have calculated manually, but same thing can be calculated automatically as well. So before going to the automatical calculation, but I just want to go with the critical value as well, and how to calculate the critical value. So to calculate the critical value, we have this formula. It's a t dot inv bracket open, and we have some information just like a probability and a degree of freedom. So we have a probability. So what the probability that we have and how to calculate? To calculate the probability, 1 minus 0.05, which is alpha, then comma degree. So degree of freedom. So degree of freedom in this case is df. So df means 43. So once we calculate this by using Excel, we find 1.68, right? Then for lower tailed, use minus uh, 1.68, right? So next we have a two-tailed hypothesis test for mean. Then the formula little change. So this is the formula which is already available, and we use the probability here. And in this case that we are using a probability, but in this case that we are using here 1 minus 0 5 probability, right? So but in this case that we are using only directly, we are using only probability, right? Comma degree of freedom. So degree of freedom that we have here exactly the same thing, 43. So now we have this the two-tailed hypothesis test for mean. Now same information and data can be collected with the help of data analysis tool, the which is I am going to explain. So let's say that same data I have copied here, and I just want to calculate one sample t-test using data analysis tool. So click on the data analysis tool. In this that we will find, is there any t-test available? Yes. So t-test is available, but we have the two sample, but the one sample variance for the t-test is not available. So what I need to do, I need to create one more dummy variable. So let's say var2, and here I just write simple two variables, right? So this is not a required, but actually we need this one to calculate the single t-test by using Microsoft Excel, but single t-test is not available. So that's why that I have taken this dummy variable, and after then we will remove it. So this is the trick how we can use the same thing by using Microsoft Excel. So in data analysis, then go to the t-test two sample assuming unequal variable. So all these are unequal variables, and click on OK, and click here, and you will find from the top to bottom, and this is the variable range 1, and click here and you will find the variable 2, right? And for hypothesized mean difference is 25. So in this case we assume that at 25 that will be the average time minimum. So alpha is 0.05, and here the label is that we have all these labels, so that we have taken, and output range is that we have selected here or here wherever we want. So I have selected here and click OK. The moment we select click OK, then we have this data ready. So this information is not required, so I have deleted this. And for this one, if I just want to go with just two decimal places, I can use the two decimal places. So now t-test we find minus 1.05, which manually that we calculated minus 1.05 exactly the same, just within a short period of time or a fraction of seconds that we will be able to calculate the t-test with the help of uh, Microsoft Excel. So we have a mean, variance, observations. 44 observations are here. Hypothesized mean the differences that we have here is a 25. So DF is 43. So all the information is available, right? So in this case, now you can see that even that two-tailed hypothesis test for mean is available with the help of this Microsoft Excel formula, and a critical value we can calculate like this. And you can also find 2.01. This is the critical two tail formula is there, and one tail is the 1.68.